Hello and welcome back to the Star Wars universe. Now, I was originally filming this video the last time I went to Disney World, but I kind of decided that I wasn't going to post it, and I kind of just threw it all out because I didn't feel like there was a ton of evidence really supporting my theory. But now, as time's gone on, I kind of went back to it, and I think there's a lot more evidence now. So here it is. I think Disney prefers the original Star Wars trilogy in the original format over the special editions. Now, when you go to Disney World, to the Hollywood Studios, there is a thing you can go see called The Path of the Jedi. And The Path of the Jedi is basically a summary of all of the 7 main movies, all just mashed together, kind of showing how they're really connected to each other. And as you're watching it, you kind of notice things from the original trilogy that are the original editions. Now, not everything, but about 50-50, I'd say. So, for example, one thing that isn't, which I wasn't sure about originally, when Darth Vader removes his mask, in the original cut, he had eyebrows. He kind of didn't look that bad off. He didn't really look like a burn victim, which they fixed in a special edition. That was in The Path of the Jedi, where his eyebrows were digitally removed. He kind of looked more like a burn victim. Things like that, things that make sense, they left. But then there was things like when Darth Vader picks up the Emperor and tosses him over the railing. In the special edition, at least on the Blu-ray, he yells out, "No," just like he does in Episode 3. And I think that was a terrible addition to the movies, and I think they did too, because they didn't include it. Now, that's about as far as I made it the last time I filmed the video. Now, since then, there's been rumors going around that Disney, for the 40th anniversary of Episode 4, which would be, I think it's May 15th, 1977, so it would be May 15th now, they're going to release a 4K remaster non-special edition, supposedly. Now, this would be great for me personally, because I want to see the originals like they were here, but cleaned up, because these versions on tape are, for the most part, very grainy, stretched out, not in great shape these days, especially on VHS. Now, when I was growing up, I had this version, not this one exactly, this is the widescreen one, which I found since then. I had the regular edition, the 4x3, but the special edition trilogy with some alterations, not all of them, but some of them. And of course, since then, they've done more. And yeah, there's a lot of things that I know that you could get into it piece by piece, which things were good, which things were bad. Now, some of the things that I think were good with the special editions is like how they added Jabba the Hutt back in, because originally he was a person, and they wanted to edit him back in as the slug guy. And I know the effects weren't the greatest, they kind of didn't really fit in. It looked very computer animated, especially the first time they tried it. And honestly, I think it actually got worse the second time. Going back to watch it like they had in this edition, it was a little more, I guess the colors were a little more muted, and when they had the DVD edition, it was more like darkened and everything, and it didn't work. If they can do that where it actually fits, great. Things that I know for sure they should not have. Han shot first, and the whole thing with digitally altering his head to do this, that was dumb. Changing scenes like the band in Episode 6, adding Darth Vader's no effect, throwing him off the railing, stuff like that doesn't need to be. Them cleaning up the lightsabers, that's not going to hurt anything when you have most of the movies, including some of the original trilogy, had the lightsabers look nice and clean, but then like Episode 4 and a little bit of Episode 5, they weren't so great. I can see, fixing them up a little, make it consistent. Nothing wrong with that. But let's hope for the best. Let's hope for an original, cleaned up. It's hard to say, do you want it with no extras or all the extras? You kind of have to take it each way, unless, like I believe it was James Rolfe from Cinemasker, the AVGN, said you should have a DVD menu where you could go in and turn some stuff on, turn some stuff off, so you could watch it in the way that you want it to look. But that's not how movies work. So let's see what they do. Personally, I'm hoping for just straight up this, but in 4K. I could take the things that I like that they've added and just leave them just to have the originals in 4K. So let me know what you think, and I'll see you next time.